Hi everybody, welcome back to Shell Star Stitches. Hope you are all doing okay, and I've had a good couple of weeks because I didn't do a video again last week. I will explain. But for those of you who are new or haven't watched these before, my name is Michelle. And yeah, this is predominantly crochet with a few other crafts and bits thrown in as and when I come across them. So yeah, I have got, what have I got to show you today? We've got finished project, something we're working on in between, current whip, two current whips technically. I'm doing one in between stuff because of the crochet along I'm doing, and we've had one delivery. So yeah, I'm just going to grab actually the other one because I've left it on the table. So now I know I can pause this. Right, so yeah, last weekend was in pain. Gum infection, nothing related to the tooth on the front. I've basically got what's called an impacted wisdom tooth. So instead of your teeth, the crown growing up that way, it's completely sideways. So like this is my next back tooth, and it's growing against it like that. This is only the second infection I've had in like 25 years, but it was painful. So I've been on antibiotics this week, and I had to go back to the dentist on Tuesday to obviously see them, get diagnosed, have x-rays. I'm sick of the dentist, if I'm honest, but there you go. And then they start to talk to me about having it taken out, which isn't straightforward because it's complex and expensive again. I think 2 infections in 25 years, I think I'm kind of going to see how we get on and leave it for the moment. If I get lots of infections now, then I'll have to consider it, but 2 in 25 years isn't really bad, is it? Anyway, dental drama again. Let me show you delivery that's arrived first, because I haven't actually opened this myself. So my latest Curate Crochet Box from Lottie and Albert arrived yesterday, and yeah, I haven't actually opened it myself. It's called Botanical Stitches, and it just tells what we've got inside and the pattern on the outside, but we will have a look in the box together. So I'm hoping this is going to work with my nail, she says. If not, I'll have to grab my scissors. There we go. So let's have a little look. Oh, there's our little note that always comes out. They always have your name written on them. I mean, it's a lovely touch, but it must take her ages, depending on how many subscribers she's got. So this tells you about the project, the yarn. So it's a planter we're making, botanical stitch planters. It's a tube yarn. Not heard of that, but we'll have a look. And some cotton and a large hook. So let's have a look. Let's open. I'm always a bit sensory. It has shredded card. I don't like shredded card, but never mind. Everyone seems to do it. I get it's recyclable, but my recycling won't take it. If it's shredded, it won't go in the recycling. Right, so we'll save the project book for in a minute. Oh, hello. Right, so we have in here, firstly I can see 2 small yarns, which is assumed for the dainty leaves, which is Sirdar, sorry, I should open the box, there we go. Sirdar Happy Cotton. So we've got a white, which I assume doesn't say, it says shade 761, and then a green, which is shade 780. Look very similar to the ones we use for the Christmas tree comb. Then we have this, which looks a little bit like some sort of diffuser that way up, but it's obviously some sort of plant pot holder. So we'll put our yarn in there. Oh, look, and it comes with a base too. Oh, just spotted that. There we go. Then we have some wooden rings and beads. We've got 4 wooden rings and 6 wooden beads in a bag. We have 2 hooks here. One is a 2mm and one is a 5.5mm. There we go, soft grippy hooks. And then the yarn is here. So this is tube cotton yarn. It's like a pinky, salmony pinky. This says 45213 soft rose. There you go. It's a bit like t-shirt yarn, I guess. I've never used t-shirt yarn before. But it's cotton. 100% cotton outer, 100% nylon inner. So yeah, 45 meters of it, 100 grams. Let's put that way. Get the box out of the way. I've been decanting these into IKEA bags so that they're better for storage for me. So this is what we are making. A botanical planter. Reminds me of something my mum used to have in the bathroom in like the 80s and 90s. Used to have like a fake fern in it that she used to have to like water, not water as in to grow, to like clean the dust off. So we have subscriber showcase. Let's do a better picture of that. There we go. So that's what we are making. Let's have a look. I'm just having a look to see if it says about oh, yarn bee, treetop and dolly. So treetop must be the green and dolly must be the white, is what they're called apparently, Sirdar. So there's abbreviations here, but whether it's all of these, because we've got chain, double crochet, double treble, foundation chain, half treble, repeat. I think that's just all of the types we might be using. A lark's head knot, a gathering knot. Double treble is classed as the special stitches in this. So yeah, so we're going to be making a hanging planter. And then the bonus, oh, I assume the planter is one pattern by one designer called Lucy Djevde. I can't say it. It's D-J-E-V-D-E-T. There you go. And then I think Lindsay has done the variegated plant pattern. So she's done that to accompany it. Yeah, by the looks of it. Oh, Lucy lives on the south coast of England. Interesting. And she's attended a How to Crochet Granny Square course with Shana, Sweet Shana, who just did the Hearts and Flowers cowl. Interesting. It's for Sirdar. So yeah, so that is that. And then I didn't realise on the back it says coming next month. It gives you like a theme. There you go. So that is our Curate Yarn Company box to make a hanging planter. So that is my next project. Put that in there. So yeah, that's the only thing that's arrived yarning related. I will tell you about some orders in a second. Right, so latest completed project. Sorry, I feel a bit discombobulated doing this today. I don't know why. Latest completed project is we have been participating, if you follow me on Instagram, in the Toft cowl. It's technically classed as an Easter cowl, but it was found at Easter weekend as a free pattern, and then we've started it in May. So it is Calder the King Eider duck. Here he is with his beak and his webbed feet. I did the little toes on the back. So this was a crochet along that Toft have just finished. 12 days, I think it was. I started early and got ahead, then got behind. Then I managed to finish on the final day, on day 12. So, yeah. I forgot to do, I didn't quite read the pattern and I didn't do extra bits for eyebrows up here on the cream, but never mind. We don't mention that. But yeah, so it was a lot of charcoal, so it was difficult to do at night, I have to say. And then we've used the new apricot raspberry. So this is shale charcoal. I don't want to say peony, but it's not. I don't think it is. Yeah, there's something I'm doing next to help me remember the colours, because I'm not very good with the colours. Hyacinth, cream. Yeah. So it's a good one. It was a free pattern on Easter weekend. And slightly different with the bill, doing that sort of weird design. And it's like a weird, if you look at the shape of it. But yeah, it's a nice one to make. The legs are always a bit taxing when you do sort of little legs and split rounds and things and fiddly. And I always find the slip stitch traverse on the back for the little toe claws. I don't think I did my webbing particularly right, but it is what it is. It reminds me of when I did George the Dragon. I absolutely hated doing his wings. That was the only Toft project I didn't enjoy. And a little bit about Uzziah the Flying Draco, because you do one wing on one side, and then because you're obviously not ambidextrous with crochet, you do the other wing And yeah, it looks, I always find it looks, one side looks right and one side looks wrong. But there we go, all done. In between doing that, when I had nights that I couldn't really do the charcoal, I have started, and this is going to be an in-betweenie, so this is the only time I have a kind of whip, which is when I'm doing something in between crochet alongs, is I caked all of my Doctor Who yarn. I bought myself a new big blocking board as well, because I only had a little tiny square one that came through with the Crochet Now magazine, and it was getting on my nerves because I could only do 24 hexes on it, and then I had to wait for a couple of days while they blocked and then took them off and did the next lot. But now I've got space to block that many. I've already got my pins in ready. So we have done 5 days, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and day 5. So I get 12 hexes out of the 20 grams, the coloured middles. I think on my last video I said to you I'd worked out that my 200 grams would be enough to do all of this and then join. As I've been measuring as I've gone, it's not going to be enough. So I was using, I think I'm almost done. So I think after this lot of 12, I'm going to run out of my first skein. So that means I've done 6 days and only managed to do 6 days out of 100 grams. So yeah, I've got 24 days to do. So that would therefore mean I needed 400 grams to do all of the edging, and then I'd need something to join them all together. So a desperate message to Laura at Folk Yarn Studio, thank goodness, she has agreed to make me dye me up another 3 skeins of the Travelling Companion, which is the TARDIS blue. So yeah, I was like, because I went on her website and it's sold out. And so I messaged her saying, please, if I beg, plead, borrow, steal, will you do me another 300 grams? So she's going to, in the Luxe DK to match what I've got here. So yeah, we've got 24, 48, 60 so far, 60 hexes. There you go, all blocking. I haven't decided, I've been looking at like configurations of hexes as to whether to do them in straight lines. So then you do straight, and then so one will be off slightly from the next and the next like that. Or whether you do up, down, up, down. Whether I'm going to do, it all depends on how many I have. If I've got enough for a blanket. If I don't, it's going to be a very, very long Doctor Who style, Tom Baker style scarf. I can't remember how many it is I've worked it out as. I'll do the maths and put it in the thing again. But it's obviously 24 times 12. Anyone, I think it's like 378, something like that, I recall, hexes. So it's how big they come out and how, yeah. I mean, I imagine with, so 20 grams times 24 is 480 grams, because that's what I normally get in an Advent, I think. And then 400 grams of Travelling Companion. I'm trying to work it out myself in my head. About 1,000 grams of yarn. And out of 1,200 grams of yarn, because I did the Rainbow Fusions Colour Club, I made a ripple blanket. So it's possible I'm going to have enough to make a blanket out of this. I don't know. I just hope that the extra yarn that I've asked from Laura is going to be enough to join all these together. Otherwise I might have to ask for another skein. Oh dear, we shall see. Or I might join it together with something different. I could join these with something, I don't know, I'm thinking like a sparkly cream or something together. Possibly. We'll see. We will see. So we're just going to get them all made at the moment. Trying to keep track of which one's which colour, but to be fair, as long as I keep them all together, I'm going to mix and match them. Or whether I do, they slightly go in a bit of a gradient, so whether I do 1 to 6 in rows together, I don't know. I just don't want to end up with 2 of the same colour next to each other. Anyway, that's those. So look quite pretty all stacked up there. Blocking. I haven't spritzed them or anything, I've just put them in there to stretch them out so they're all the same size. So one other little thing I'm doing, but this is because I saw a lady do this on the Toft Alex Facebook group, which I thought was a really clever idea, and how I hadn't seen it, or maybe somebody's done it before and I just hadn't noticed. She had done little swatches of each of the Toft colours. Now there's 36 Toft colours in the palette, and what she'd done is done a little swatch of each in a square and joined them all together. So I've started to do the same. So these are my leftover colourways out of my cowl, as you can tell. I've got charcoal to do, but I left that for daytime. So I'm just doing little square they're a bit cold. Square swatches in the same size, so that we can then join together. I gave her the suggestion because she was like, oh, which colours? And I was like, you can either attach a tag on the back or just embroider over them what the colour is, if you're okay at embroidering lettering. So yeah, I'm gonna carry on with these. I've just sorted out of my leftover yarn scraps more colours, but I've got to be careful because there's a couple that they reset. I think it was the sage and I think the turquoise, and I'm not sure I've got the more recent ones. Like, I think I've got the older versions in my swatches, and I don't in my scraps, so I don't want to use the wrong one, if you see what I mean. I think blue might have been reset as well. So we're gonna make some more of those up, and then we can join them all together, because it's a really good idea, because then you've just got one big square of all the colours, and you can look and go, oh, which colour do I want? Because often when you're looking at a ball of it, you can't quite tell what it looks like until it's, do you see what I mean? Anyway, so I stole that off the Toft Facebook group, so thank you to the lady that posted hers, because I'm so stealing it, and I did tell her I was going to steal it. Yeah. So I was doing this cowl, so therefore I didn't start the Sirdar cowl on time. I started yesterday, 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and I went to bed. I finished up about midnight, because then I went to bed at half midnight. So I started, and I've almost finished week 1. So I wasn't obviously crocheting solidly from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till midnight, 10 hours. I stopped to make dinner, do washing up, clean the barbecue because we have burgers. So yeah, here we are. It's obviously doubled up. But this is week 1. So the colours they are really nice and bright, and they work really well together. I wasn't sure on this one to start with, and I know some of my friends weren't, but actually I really like how that's working up. So I've just got to repeat this up here. So I've only got 3 rows left to do, and then week 1 is done. So then I can move on to week 2, because week 2 is already out. It came out on Wednesday. I doubt I'm going to get week 2 finished by Wednesday, but I mean, I thought that's not bad. If I can get week 1 all done today and then start week 2, I'm on to a bit of a winner there. So yeah, I've just got to do 3 rows of this. So I've got my big yarn pack here in my organza bag that I got from Wool Warehouse. The only thing I didn't get was a pom-pom maker, which I think is just cardboard, and a little bookmark that has like the colour swatch. I'm not too worried about that. It was about £8 or £9 cheaper from Wool Warehouse, and I know you should probably buy direct from Sirdar, but it was that plus postage on top, and if you want to be able to participate, I just think, why not? I don't have a local yarn store near me the only one I have is the fabric shop near me, but it doesn't stock that range, and I don't have a local one to go to be able to buy my kit, so I have to resort to, we don't have a lot down here really. We used to have C&H Fabrics in Brighton, but they've completely gone bust now, so they went years ago. There's one fabric shop that sells yarn. There's the range that sells yarn, but they don't do these sort of brands. They do like their own sort of cheaper brand makes. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there is. I need to Google like where. I think Lewis might have some potentially. It's a bit of a mission to get parked over there, but yeah, I'm not close to anywhere, unfortunately. So I have to resort to ordering online. But yeah, I was ordering my yarn for my DNA cow as well, so bunged it all together. So 3 more rows of that. So we will keep you updated on progress, but obviously I'm a bit behind. But you know, it's 6 weeks summer cow, so it's going to start to get warmer as well and be out more. But If I can try and keep up, that would be good, because I plan to use this as like a blanket to sit on outside in the garden when the weather's nice. I think I've waffled for a long time. I feel like I have been waffling a bit, sorry. It's easy how you get out of practice of these things. I tried dry shampoo in my hair, but it doesn't really work because I'm brown haired and dry shampoo is mostly white, which makes you just look a bit like you're going grey. Or just like you've got talcum powder in your hair. Anyway, that was I didn't mean to point, sorry, pointing at you. Toft Q tickets have been released in the 2 weeks while I haven't done a video. They went live on a Thursday, I think it was, like middle of the day. There was the old, as I like to call it, Legally Blonde 2 phone tree activation. So we all, once one of us found out, we all tried to let each other know, because literally Toft posted, and when they posted, it went within like less than 24 hours. I think they posted that afternoon. Yeah, we found the tickets at lunchtime. So I've managed to book my ticket. I want to say it's the 15th of July. It's a Thursday this time. So luckily my very kind boss, I've swapped my days. This is only the second time ever I've asked in 2.5 years to swap my days, because I also hate working Fridays. But I've booked out all my holidays for this year, so I'm swapping my days over so that I can get to the crochet workshop, which is nice of him. He doesn't mind. Yeah, so I will go to that on a Thursday and then work on the Friday instead. Ticket prices have gone up, I've noticed. They are now £73. I don't know if that's because of what we're getting this time around, or if that's going to be the new price of them. Because most of the time they've been 65, and is it 65 and 55 for Q members, something like that. But yeah, they've gone up to 73 now. Whether it's just because of what we're getting in this kit this time around, so Toft are passing on the cost, or whether it's a Q thing. Maybe it's because it's the height of summer and it's a Thursday and they're trying to avoid wedding season. All I know is it's probably going to be boiling in that conservatory that day. Plenty of drinks. So yeah, and we don't know about any more yet. There's rumours of somebody has been in contact with Toft. Possibly it may be a Halloween-y type one instead of a Christmas one. Because I think they do a Halloween trail light thing. We don't know at the moment. We'll hopefully find out when we go in July. But yeah, they sold out within 24 hours. Because they're literally like, once we all find them, because the thing is they went live, yeah, lunchtime on a work day, but still. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I think that's about it. Toft website is down today, which is interesting. People have let them know, like out of the group that I'm in Facebook. So, but it's been down. It was still down when I started recording this video. I did win on Knit 365 Martin Welsh Tenors doll along, so I'm waiting for my prize. It hasn't come through yet. He did send me a message to say he'd run out of packing boxes for pins, so he was sorry. It was on its way this week, but it hasn't arrived yet for my William Shakespeare doll. And I think Becky, you won on yours because you made an insane amount of dolls, so congratulations on yours. You deserve that. What was it you made? 6-7 dolls? Mad woman. So yeah, so there's been a few. So I've started to see a couple of people post. Obviously they're only just getting their prizes, so I'll pop a post up once mine comes through. But yeah, I did win for Shakespeare, which was nice, because I literally did him in like 6 days, right before the end. But I think he was the only Shakespeare I noticed that anybody did, so that posted onto his competition. If that's what he is, a competition, but it feels weird saying that. Anyway, I am going to stop waffling now. Hopefully you're all having some nice weather like we are here. Maybe sit out in the garden for some crochet, but put some lotion on. I missed a bit on the end of my nose. But as always, thank you for watching. Hope you have a really good week. Bank holiday next weekend for us in the UK again. How have we got to the end of May already? So yeah, if you're lucky enough to get a long weekend, then hopefully we'll get some nice weather again to enjoy and lots of crochet time. Yes, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye.